USD, the major one. And I just looked into it and we are looking good. So this is the 4-hourly sell order block. We have it right here. I'm just going to change this one to the 4-hour order block. You can see we just broken over from buy zone to sell zone the other day. The lining perfectly up is just retested the 78.6 on the Fibonacci level. So on this type of big swing trades with smart money concepts, we want to see this 4-hour order block right here, and we wanted it to come back to it. And when you see it come back to it, you can see then you're going to drop down to 15 minutes. And what are we going to waiting for then? We're going to wait for the break of structure, and we have this one right here. 8.6 on the Fibonacci level. So that is one of our demands is completely fulfilled. So now what we're waiting for is the market to do its thing, and then it's going to come back here, and then we're going to enter the sell here. And then I think we are good for the good sell we have talking about for so long now. I think we're going to break at least this level, and we can also continue to the downside all the way to this level. So in this case, when we are going to monitoring this one really closely. So
Frederick, one second.
And then we think we are good for the.
Yo, bro. Yeah? Do you have YouTube on the same time?
No.
Where is, because we're getting like echo here.
I think we're gonna break at least this level, and we can also continue to. Yeah, do you have it on this level?
Maybe so, it's me, right? Let me just check.
When we.
Oh, it's me, man. Sorry, bro. Keep going.
So yeah, where was I? Now we have fulfilled our first demand, and that is our second demand actually. We broke through from buy zone to sell zone. We have the 4-hourly order block up in this area. It's already retested 78.6 on the Fibonacci level. So our rule is when it goes into this area on the 4-hourly, we're going to drop down to 15 minutes. And then we want to wait for a break of structure. And our next steps before entering the trade is for it to pull back up here. So as you guys can see, it is already ready. Our stop loss is going to be between 21.3 pips, but I think we're going to be safe on this one. This is such a good trade. We're going to put it on the top of this one, and maybe even higher also. We all just have to see how it's reacting when it comes into this zone. So we can do the same thing here. When it's going down to 15 minutes, it goes in. We can drop down to 5 minutes, and then we want to see the same break of structure, pull back to the order block, and then we can enter the trade to minimize our stop loss. So yeah, but I think when this is going to fall now, it's going to fall hard. So that is what we're looking at. And if we catch this one, we have our last like open TP 625 pips, because as you probably see, there is a lot of liquidity that needs to be fulfilled down here. So I think we can expect it to go like this now to fulfill all of those areas, to work its way down to this downside right here.
It's definitely like you're saying, you know, if when that thing breaks, yeah, then it's a free fall. It's a big fall down.
Yeah, and it already have already broken, because as you see here, we have the change of character on the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, you also see our sell order block. How should I say? Lining up perfectly in this area, and we're already in that area. But this is on daily time frame, so then we can drop down to 4 hour, and it has done its job. It's retracted. Now we're going to drop down to 15 minutes and wait for the pullback. This sell trade is going to be huge. This is the kind of trades you want to catch.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely with on that one. Yeah, that's a monster.
I'm going to get my man Jeremy to put on alarm on his trading view, and I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to put add alert on right here in this area, so we can. Bro, you froze, man. Hello?
Yeah. It's, at what price level do you put your alarm?
1.09760.
760. All right.
And basically, if we take a closer look on this one, we can get our confirmation from this area where it's going to retract from. So I think it was going to go down here, tap into this buy order block, then come up here and retest, and then it's going to fall.
Okay. Okay.
So here is a confluence also that we know the pullback is going to come.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm
Nice.
seeing for this one. You can also pull the Fibonacci from, let's say, here to here. Then we see our sell order block is lining up completely perfectly with between the 61.8 and the 78.6 on the Fibonacci levels. So this trade is going to be monster.
Humongous.
Yeah, humongous.
Have you placed any trades today?
Yeah, I did one on gold. I just did this little part here.
All right. So just before the stream, I'm thinking maybe 1 hour before the stream, I was texting Frederick.
Yeah.
Gold is actually a funded account to trade because I've been trading for about a week, which is highly recommended for anybody that takes a couple of losses in a row, just to take a break from it and recoup, so that you don't get emotional with the markets. And I saw the collapse happening, so I texted Frederick, and then I went bought my funded account, went in, and I scooped up already like 3% on the funded account.
Oof, damn.
Yeah, so
that's nice.
Yeah, it hasn't collapsed really like I wanted to yet, but I think it's coming down below 1900.
Yeah,
maybe like, of course, a couple of drawbacks on the way, but it's going to break 1900, and then we'll see what happens.
I'm going to re-enter this trade when it comes up to this area.
Okay, nice.
Because it's the big break of structure, so I wanted to retrace back, and then we're going to do the same as we do in Euro USD.
Yeah.
Because you can already see here, after this has been fulfilled, it's going to bounce up a little bit again, and then what's going to happen now is going to go like this, like it has done now, probably. A bad example on the downtrend, but yeah, you get the picture. So now we have the change of character, now we have the break of structure, and now we can start looking for
What
sells.
price is that? What price is
the order block? 1948.77.
48. Okay. So we're up there.
But we can also monitoring it because we have an imbalance in this area on the 4-hourly time frame. So now we can start to see for it to retrace, and then we can enter in this area for sells. So that's a good sign. Now we have two major swing characters had happened, and that's a good sign. Now we have confirmed break of structure to the downside. So now we want it to come back up again, and then this can take a week or two or three, but until this comes up, yeah. So that's what I'm seeing at gold right now. NAS 100.
Gold is retracing up a little bit now.
Yeah. Gold.
Damn, this Zoom is lagging today. You hear me good, right?
Is it your internet or me that is lagging?
I think it's mine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I can see here on YouTube that it's like 629 kbps. You know that stuff better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so gold is retracing up now a little bit, but I'm still keeping my positions because I believe in a bigger drop. I went in full position on this one, but I haven't put my trades to stop loss yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even called this one out yet because it's a very risky trade, but it's humongous. So this is basically, it's a sell from where it is right now. Now is the sell position on gold. But I ain't calling it out signal because it's, as I said, is risky. This one, I want to catch a lot of pips. This is the move, but you will risk to get stopped out a couple of times before you catch that trade also.
Yeah. 100%. All right, then we have looked at Euro USD. This one can even happen next week, or maybe even before. We will have to see. We can just see a little pop-up right now and then to this, so maybe tomorrow also actually. You see a little small buy order block right here, and that can be enough for it to retrace. But we have to see, keep our eyes on it. So, or we can enter it now on this positioning right here. If it does it, then you can call it out right now. If it comes up to this area, then you can call it out now. Here. If it goes in this area right now, then you can call it out, and we can do a nice little let's put our stop loss here, 16 pip stop loss, and we can actually do a nice 50 pips trade. You hear me?
Sorry, bro. I muted myself.
Oh yeah. I say if it retracts to this area now, okay, then we can call out the sell on it, and we can do a 50 pips sell.
Yeah, I saw that one. I think this is a perfect trade. I think it's really nice.
Yeah. So, and later on we're going to watch this, because this can also happen, let's say on Friday, or it's going to retract. This one way or another is always retracting back to this area, so it's good. So yeah, that is what we're looking for here.
Have you checked the USD JPY?
We can do it now. Oh,
it has entered our big ass sell zone. So it's a major sell zone, but it has entered it officially. So I think it's probably coming up all the way to that order block at 146.800 ish.
Yeah, this area.
Yeah, and I will definitely have some sell orders there.
Yeah, I agree. Can also retract to, yeah, this is a nice area. See its liquidity lines perfectly up. We have a break of structure on a daily basis. I'm going to pull up this one here. I have big imbalance that is actually in right now. And then we can start to go on the 4-hourly time frame. We can see how it reacts or how it's working, and then we can move this one to there. Then we can probably move this sell order block to there. So here we want to see the same thing. We want to, why is this not strange now? We want to see the same thing on the 4-hourly time frame for it to continue on like this, maybe, or whatever. But when it's going to enter this zone, we're going to do exactly the same on the Euro JPY as we're going to do on the Euro USD. Wait for it to go down on 15-minute time frame, break structure, come back up, and then we're going to re-enter the trade. And it actually looks really good. You can see this is USD JPY. You can see, let's say we go on the 4-hourly time frame. You can see that the market structure is almost identical. You see, it's always retracting back to the major area. And when it hits these major areas, because you have the confluence on the Fibonacci also, it's going to drop.
Yeah, that one is juicy.
Yeah.
Juicy.
So both of them have actually done the same thing. We can do, let's say we do it like this. And then we have find zone, and then we have sell zone in this area here. We can see on the 4-hourly time frame, it has made the change of character right here, and that's good. We wanted to come back to retest the break of the change of character again. So that's really good. So yeah, the same on USD JPY. It's going to do exactly the same that we're going to do on USD JPY. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
put an alert in, I think maybe this area. You know what? I'm gonna put it here. There. And then I'm gonna put another one here. Great. Nice. 2 alerts. All right, then we are solid on USD JPY. So in the bigger picture, we're going to look for a sell. This is major, and we have to see so many pips is on 4-hourly, but this is our area of interest of start selling. It's major. Don't take this trade just because it comes up to this area in the 4-hourly time frame. Please wait for it to come back down and break structure on the lower time frame before you enter on the retracement. Or else you're gonna have, it's not so bad actually, this one, but yeah, still. Euro JPY.
Wait, you have a question?
Yeah.
From Mr. Rayo.
Yeah.
Frederick, random question. How long have you been trading?
Totally. I've been doing this for 1.5 years and looked into it, but it's maybe the last 4 or 5 months that I have been involving or developing to the point where I am now and became capable of reading the markets and basically been on the charts every single day. So yeah, it has cost me a lot of time, a lot of anger. Just ask Mr. J over here. So yeah, but it's 100% worth it. And for me, for example, my mindset was all wrong. I was stressing too much. I didn't wait for the right, how should I say, the right moments to enter the trade. I rushed into trades, but then I had a call with Jeremy and with Tesh, and everyone said the same thing to me. You need to be patient. And after I started being patient and fixed my strategy and kept to my rules, then it was good. And of course, the learning and education we got from the EA economy with Rolf and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, and I could add to that also, like, so what me and Frederick are doing now. So yeah, we're streaming live here together, but we're doing this also offline, like when we're not streaming. Like we always sharing ideas and keeping each other accountable. And it's very good to have an accountable partner in trading. So it doesn't mean that the other person is better or worse as a trader than you. It just means that somebody that holds you accountable to, like, if we say that this is the strategy, this is how we're going to trade, it's so easy to, yeah, but this one looks like this, or this here it looks like it's going to be a sell or something, and you go outside of your strategies. It happens all the time to the best of us. And when you have somebody that keeps you accountable, then it's a different story. And plus you have somebody to talk to when there's issues, mindset, whatever, and that person can point it out for you. So always trying to keep have an accountability partner in trading. And for all of y'all that are at EA, of course, you got the community. So partner up with somebody in the community that you feel is maybe in the same level as you, or maybe a little bit better, or that has the qualities that you lack. And yeah, man, trading is a journey. Do it the proper way, and you will prosper. What are you looking at, Frederick?
Euro JPY actually. It's
Nice.
moving in a perfect uptrend now, just made a new higher high. So since in an uptrend and sticking to our rules, I'm not going to start trading on this one before it's going to make a new lower high.
Oh snap, bro! Come, you remember this trade? This one I actually even called it out. We looked at it together on the Mastermind, and then I called it out in Prosperous as a buy limit order. And it never entered our entry zone. It never came to our entry zone. And after that, it just broke all the TPs, everything.
So we can swing this one. Actually, we have on the higher time frame, we have the breakout structure, check. On the bigger, the big ones, they are swing structures. This is not just internal structures, because in here you're going to have a lot of change of characters and break of structure to the downside and blah blah blah. The major ones you see here, the change of break of structure, this is the major swing ones. So in this case, we can look for buys, like big buys in in this area here. And that is basically when it's going to form a new lower high in this area here. So here's exactly the same rule. We wait for it to come down, and then we wanted to break structure on the smaller time frame, and then we can start to look for trades to the upside. And for those of you who are wondering, this is how you can find nice swing trades. Swing trades, or you need to have a little big stop loss, but you also need to not have so big lot size. So what we can do here, we can take it from there to here, and then you see the imbalance lines up completely perfectly with the 50% and the 61.8% on the Fibonacci. So when it starts traveling to the downside now, this is a confirmation for us on the higher time frame that is going to bounce up again. So this can maybe happen next week, next in 2 weeks. We just have to wait for it. But yeah. So that's what we're waiting for on the Euro JPY. And of course, if it's let's
I just wanted to say that Fibonacci confirms the bounce of the trend line there. The Fibonacci, when I'm pulling it from where is it? Wait, I'm gonna draw a little bit on your chart. So when I pulled it from, what is this, 4 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hour, yeah, it's the same.
This is the last swing low right here, as you guys see, the last lower high. That's the last swing low.
Oh yeah, so when I pull Fibonacci from here,
yeah,
to here,
yeah,
that's basically the last swing. We had a little drawback here. So when I pull this fib, the 161 extension, the 61.8 extension is just above, a couple of pips above here. So it's a perfect reversal zone.
Yeah. So we can start to look for sell on it though. We just wanted to break. If you're going to sell this one, we wanted to break over to this side here.
Yeah.
Then we are in the sell zone. So what we're looking at right now is buy zone on the smaller time frame is in that area. This is the swing zone. So this is the internal zone. So as you guys see, now I can drop down to 1 hour. Sorry about all the mess on my chart. I'm going to clean it up later. So what you want to see now is it to break over to this side right here. And then we wanted to break structure to the downside. And then we wanted to pull back up again. And then we want to go to the lower time frame. And then we're going to start entering sells, because then we have change of character and we're going to have a break of structure. And then we are safe. That is confirmed that is going to the downside. Because as you guys see, it's a lot of buy pressure. It's a strong uptrend. So what also can happen if it doesn't return here on the point, let's say, no, it was not this one, it was this one. No, it was here, you pull it from here. Or where did you pull it from? This? Yeah, anyway, if it breaks above.
Yeah, exactly that one.
This?
No, go further back. That, yeah.
Okay, nice. Let's see. Yeah, I think something wrong with my fib. I think it's going to be there.
Oh, it's
anyway.
not. No, I think it's wrong. No, it's and you went too high on the fib on the top. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, correct. You went here. No, you went here.
Exactly, to the last top. Yeah.
Correct. So as you guys see, the 61.8 is here. Everything can happen right now. The reason why is not a safe trade to enter exactly right now is not on our sell zone. It can happen, it bounce up, retesting the trend line on lower time frame and continue up to the upside to this place. So, but if it breaks above this one, we have a confirmed downtrend. And if it moves the way it should right now, because it just created a new lower high, then we should be good and solid to actually start looking to travel to this area. So yeah, And as you guys see, it's a lot of pips from, let's say, this area all the way down to this area. It's 443 pips. So yeah, that is what we can expect to see from this one.
How many pips did you say?
443.
Are you on the pip run again?
Honestly, it's better to trade this way. I like it
Yeah.
more because then, like today, I went on the London session. I didn't find anything. So when this
London session today was weak.
Yeah. London session yesterday was nice.
Okay.
So yeah, but it is what it is. So yesterday, I think it actually was GBP JPY. We traded that one yesterday, or I traded it 2 days in a row now. We can go on the higher time frame on this one also, the GBP JPY. So we are basically still in a sell zone, but we haven't changed character or broken structure to the downside yet. So we have done it on a lower time frame. So the trade I took yesterday was this trade. Wait, yes, this one was the first trade I took. Was this because I went to the lower time frame, and then we had the China high, and we had the China session low. And if you guys see it here, we have a change of character on the smaller time frame. We have an imbalance laying right here. So when we were on the live, we actually spoke about this both days, both this one and this one. So what I did, I went down to the lower time frame and I see how it reacted when market started to open. So no, sorry, now I'm talking shit. I'm sorry, guys. This place, we had an imbalance between here. So when market opens at 9 o'clock, it pulls up, but it stopped. And if you guys see properly on it, we have a sell order block laying right here on the smaller time frame. So it retraced back, it stopped. So I entered my trade from here and I had my stop loss above this one, 25 pips, and I ride it all the way down here. And then I did exactly the same on this one the day after, but this is not something I recommend to do if you're not feeling comfortable on it. This, if it's your, I don't know, second or third months and you're not sure about this, don't do it until you have the change of character or break of structure on the higher time frame. So I did exactly the same yesterday, but then I needed to go on the higher time frame. So if I delete this one, and I delete this one, and I delete this one, and we spoke about it on the live yesterday, but we didn't have the confluence, we had the change of character. But as you see, we don't have a break of structure yet. So here we have a sell order block. Market opened at 8, rejected, didn't break above. So I entered a trade here, and I put my stop loss over here. And I had my take profit all the way down there. But when I saw it didn't break this point, then it's not a valid. It hasn't broke structure. This means it's still showing strong pressure to the upside, because we wanted to break this place and then we could have re-enter in this area. That was the live trade we was going to do today. That didn't happen on the session since it didn't break structure yesterday. So in this way, you can actually start to look for future trades that are going to happen in the future. And right now, I would not trade on it. First of all, it's in a sell zone. If you look at it really good, it's in a consolidation zone, small one. So I'm deleting this one.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
I'm deleting this one. So until this one either break above, retesting, then we can start look for buys. If it don't, we wanted to wait down here. But the area it is in right now is a consolidating zone, as you guys see. And we don't trade consolidation zones. You can, but I'm not doing it, and German not doing it either. So that is what we can expect to see from this one. So until it breaks this point or this point, we're not going to trade on it. Or if it breaks structure to the downside, then we can start to see how it behaves. But it needs to break this point to have a confirmed break of structure. As you guys see, we had a change of character here. We're just missing the break of structure. No break or structure, no entry for us. Easily as that.
Okay.
Oh, see,
Correct.
she's with us today.
Siri always wants to get involved. She needs attention.
Yeah. And we can see how NOS is looking. Remember, we talked about it. This is also going to be a big one for us. So on the daily time frame is soon on the 88.6. As you guys see here, we have this big order block laying here for sell. So I can do this. I don't know where it's coming right now, but okay, let's just pull it again. Let's have a look. There we go. So I'm just gonna reshape it. And then we had also a smaller one in here, and that lines really good up with the 88.6. But again, we have to wait for it to do its thing and turn it, because it can bounce up to pull out all this liquidity, just tap in, and then it can go down to the downside. And then we're going to start the exact same process again, go down to the 4-hourly, find the sell order block, wait for it to retrace, and yeah. So that's how is NOSing looking, but until that time, we can still start to look for buys on the daily time frame on NOS. Because actually now we're in a different zone. Now we have to see if it breaks above here. But I don't know why this trend line is right here, because that's wrong. So we have the buy zone and we have the sell zone, but it hasn't. Let me see on the 4-hourly time frame how it's looking here. Yeah, as you guys see, it still hasn't broken structure to the downside. So it needs a break. To be a big one, it needs to break here, but we wanted it to break structure. So when it breaks, let's say if we break this one.
I think I know where you had the other trend line. It was from the daily time frame.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
Or maybe.
Yeah, correct. Let's see. Yeah, correct. So, and if we start to looking at this right now. Yeah. Let's just see how it reacts to this point right here. So we have a lower high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. We wanted to create a new lower high somewhere around this area or something, because we're still in the uptrend on the daily time frame. As you guys see, we haven't broke through yet. But this is a confirmation that we have got a lower high if it doesn't break above this one. So what do we want to go down to the 4-hourly time frame now? It is for retest, and it's actually can retest this area here. There's a lot of liquidity laying right here. If I drop down to the 1-hourly, I bet this is a sell order block. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we can expect to see.
Yeah, Akash, so if you didn't see, I wrote in the chat that we're going live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. CET, the Central European time. And sometimes we do pop-up mastermind sessions like this one now, for example. So especially if we see some juicy stuff in the market, so we have some nice setups, because everything is not always, a trade signal that we call out in the trade, in the prosperous trades in the Telegram channel. It's sometimes, or very often, it's ideas and long-term ideas and swing ideas, like Frederick mentioned. So then it's good for you guys to have the whole setup and understand the idea behind it. So even if we don't call it out, you can actually enter it yourself or do your own breakdown of it.
So this can actually happen for NOS now. Actually, we have a breaker structure here on the lower time frame. When it comes to NOS, being on the, how should I say, 4-hourly time frame, it doesn't give you so much. As you guys see here, it's not so much, it's big moves. It's so much pips. So on NOS, you can go to 1 hour to find your weekly, like, okay, should I buy or sell today? So today we can see a downtrending market from last Friday, or the Friday it was. So let's just do this, for example. Pull it here. And then we can drop down to the 15 minutes. And now, as you guys see, we have a sell order block laying right here. We have a big imbalance between here, but I wanted to break this point. But what's dangerous here is, as you guys see, since the trend line is going here, it can go over here to this area, pop on the 88.6, retest the trend line, and continue the travel to the big order block we have up in here.
Yeah, I think that looks very, very realistic, actually.
Yeah.
A very possible scenario, to so to say.
So since we're still in an uptrending market, like this is just small time frame, but the big time frame, we are still in an uptrending market. So yeah, we just have to see. We might get a buy from this area around here, and it's in the golden zone, as you guys see. So for us, that's a confirmation. When it's entering here and it's rejecting or not breaking through, then we can start to look for buys to the upside. At least a little buy up here. And then we need to see if it turns, because it's always, as you guys see, every time it's make a new lower high, it's always go back to retest that area. So it can maybe also happen. Let me just give me a second, please. Yeah, as you guys see, it's a nice order block here. So it can go back and retest that one. Now this was a mess. This chart was a real mess, actually. So yeah, that's what I think we can see from NAS. So yeah, that's how it's looking now.
So basically right now it's just no trade. It's just relaxing, watching the show go on, and see if the circumstances changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that is what we have on NAS. We have went to GBP, JPY. Have we checked it out? We can actually on GBP, JPY, we can start to look for maybe a sell. Actually, let me just see. No, we need to go on the 4 hourly time frame. Okay, so same thing applies here. We wanted to do, basically before we're going to entering this trade now, we wanted it to go down, break structure here, and I think this is going to send it up to retest here, and then we can continue to ride it to the downside. If it doesn't break above, but it looks good because yeah, and this is what I mean. This is, you see, it's in the consolidation. That's why we didn't trade it. But if this happened and it breaks above here on the, let's say 1 hourly time frame, then we save. So let's say he's going to go down here. Okay, I'm gonna move. So this is what I'm looking at. Okay. Going to bounce, then it's going to break structure. Wait. It's going to break structure here. Then it's either going to bounce up from here, or then it's going to continue here, then retest up in this area, and then we can enter the trade and continue to the downside. That's the only way we're going to start entering a sell position, because you have to remember, guys, you are still in an option, as you guys see, and it's broken through the upper trend line, and this retest on the upper trend line matches perfectly with the buy order block that is laying right here, as you guys see. It even matches the big trend line of the daily time frame, and also the bigger trend line that is broken through. And we always want to retest before we start entering. We are all agreeing on that, yeah?
Yes.
So in this case, you can start to look for something like, I don't know, maybe like you see these swing trades. This is swing trades, so it's a big stop loss. But there is, of course, stuff we can do to make the stop loss closer, but we have to get it in there first, and then we need to pull down on timeframes and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is what I'm seeing for GBP, JPY, actually. So, but until it breaks the structure, it's in the no trade zone for me, or it breaks above. So yeah. So that's what we can start seeing here. GBP USD. Oh, I already traded this one. Or marked it up actually. Let's see.
Bro,
here.
this one is going to be the last one because we have to wrap up the stream.
Yeah, I think this is the last one. Now you got a bunch of goodies here. So same here. It has done its job. Just created a new lower high. No, higher high. Sorry, guys. Higher high. So now we wanted to retest, but now we're on the 4-hourly time frame. That basically means it has done its job right here with the retest. And then we can drop down to 50 minutes. And it has changed in the character. So I think this sell is going to happen now from, if it comes in this area, then we're going to re-enter it for a sell position. So, but we wanted it, of course, we wanted to break, make a break of structure first. And I think this area here is going to send it up. So it's going to look something like this. And then bang. Then we can enter. So yeah, it's in a sweet zone right now, actually. But yeah. So it still hasn't, yeah, it's still consolidating a little bit actually also. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're seeing for the upcoming week, or the upcoming trades that we can start looking for.
For the rest of the week, yeah.
Week, month, we have to see 2 months ago, or if back in time. So yeah. So I hope you got a nice overview of the market. And if you had any question, just ask in the Prosperous chat or send me a message on Telegram. I'm in the chat, as you guys know. And the same with Jeremy. If you're wondering on something and have some questions, just ask the questions.
Yes, yes. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. You got another market buffet from Mr. Frederick. And if you missed something, go back, watch the recording. We will, of course, post the trade ideas and of course signals in the Prosperous channel, but also in the Prosperous Talks, so in the chat. So if you ain't in it, because I've noticed that a lot of people are in the Prosperous channel, so the trade ideas channel, but not in the chat group. So make sure you join it so that you can communicate with us and get the information, because it's not always the same information being shared in both of them. So make sure you're in both. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Trade safe, stay prosperous, have a fantastic rest of the day. All right.
Peace.
Peace out.